Welcome back, everybody. It's Sarcasm Speaks. It's Jared, Bob, and Jones. Jones is here with us today. We just found out he's 40% retarded.
Again, I don't know where you got such like optimistic news.
Well, I mean, the government is telling me I'm 40% retarded. We all know that I'm.
Jeez, this is like Sex Panther. It's 40% retarded 100% of the time.
Yeah, 60% of the time it works every time.
I mean, I don't even need to take a test. I know I'm 100% retarded.
Yeah. So they basically just are going off of like your knees and legs.
My knees, my hip, which has a bone island in it, and I have arthritis.
Good. Yeah. See, that seems like a little bit more than 40%.
A little bit.
Oh, physically retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't do a mental scale.
Yeah.
That's see there's the discrepancy.
So also emailed me today after they sent me a bunch of money saying that they need to do a physical on me, even though they gave me a bunch of money beforehand.
Yeah, that's how some of this shit works.
Yeah.
I overheard so when I first came on, so like with some of the business stuff, like the thing that the government will always do is like when it comes to like loans or settlements or payments or anything like that, they'll always send it to you and then be like, oh yeah, by the way, I need all this shit.
Yeah.
So like I think a couple like the loans that we've done or some of the PPP or the ERTC, I don't even fucking know all this shit that we've fucking done now. It's always like fairly quick to get you the money. Once approved, fairly quick to get you the money. And then they just want like a laundry list of shit. So it's like, I think like take the state grant, for example. It was like, this is 100% forgivable. But if you don't turn into these, 13 steps, it may compromise your forgivable status. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's like slavery steps.
Basically. I know I sent you the thing, Dats, on Instagram. I don't think it was that long ago about they were slamming people for PPP fraud.
That's what those agents were hired for.
Yeah.
So people were sitting there like, oh, we need 80,000 IRS. I'm like, what the fuck?
what bullshit government
agency is this?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what do we need 85,000 IRS agents? It's like, what are they going to do? They're going to come after our Venmos. They're going to come after the people that sent more than $600 on Venmo. No. All they're doing is PPP, ERTC, and any other form of fucking COVID shit. That's what those people are doing.
And I mean, believe what you want, right? It's all politics. I don't necessarily know if I believe anyone on either side of anything anymore. But the people that were behind that were saying that I think like 35,000 of the 87,000 proposed were to backfill people that they projected would be retiring or leaving over the next like 4 years or something like that. So someone like broke it down. I saw someone break it down, I think on Twitter. They were like 35% is to fill like retiring people or current open recs. Like another 30% was like for some other division. And then there was like, then they were actually really only adding like, 27,000 jobs that hadn't existed prior or something like that. But it's all basically propaganda at this point. Like basically everything the government puts out is propaganda.
That's you can make math work any way you want it to.
Right.
Just ask Ian Mack.
Or you can literally just lie. Which is
so this is the thing though. They're technically not lying, but they're trying to use math to change their argument.
Well, they're
like, we hired 85,000. Someone goes, oh, well, that's useless. So, well, it's really not 85,000 new. Obviously not. That would be stupid.
Right.
Well, obviously people are going to be retiring. We have to take care. No, it's not how this works. You don't hire people. You don't hire the replacements before the people leave.
Right.
Especially when it comes to a government agency, because a lot of people would probably want that job. That's like the lottery turning around and be like, yeah, we're going to hire like an extra 10,000 people because like some people are going to retire, whatever. We probably won't get that many applicants though, right? It's like, no, everyone wants to work for the lottery because it's the easiest job in the fucking world.
Yeah. It's like, it might not necessarily be lying, but it's like purposely omitting facts, right? Like I saw on Twitter, Tim Pool, who's one of the very few remaining like good journalists in the world, tweeted out, I forget who it was, some Hakeem Jeffries maybe, like tweeted and said the Republicans want to impose a 30% national sales tax. We can't afford that as a nation. And then like that was the only tweet. So like Tim Pool was like, wow, these people are legitimately lying right to your face, which it is. And we've talked about this now on a couple different episodes. Like what the GOP was trying to do was institute, yes, they want to institute a national 30% sales tax, but they're going to abolish income tax and the IRS was their plan. And we did the whole rundown, right? Like the government's going to get their money one way or another. But what the Democrats are doing is pitching it as they want to take 30% of, they want to just add this tax to your life. And it's like, no, you're being disingenuous. They're going to add a 30% sales tax, but they're going to remove federal income tax.
Which they're not.
Right, which they're not going to do. Although, I mean, I'm sure we already did this. I'm sure the numbers would come out really close, but it would actually kind of fuck over the people that make less money, and potentially be better for the people that make more money because our federal income tax is on a sliding scale. So like people that make lower income might only pay 18% income tax, but now they have to pay 30% federal sales tax on something. You know what I mean? So they'd be theoretically spending more money in tax if everything they buy has a 30% tax on it versus before they only had to pay 18% aggregate of their income. But the higher earners that have to pay, 44% income tax because they make so much money now only have to pay 30%. So like I said, at the end of the day, the amount of money that comes into the system is probably roughly the same, but I think it probably does help the rich and kind of fuck over the poor to do it that way.
Tell me that the government's not looking out for the little guy.
It's weird.
Well, we know if anyone is, it's the government.
Yeah. And I mean, there's probably an algorithm for that too, right? Because then theoretically, right, even though the person that makes less money has to pay the 30% sales tax, 30% federal sales tax, they have less money to spend, right? So so you know what I mean? Like you can get a fucking popsicle headache doing the math on like, at the end of the day, it's probably the same fucking amount of money anyway. So why are we going to just why do we need to change it? Right? It's dumb. So I don't know. I'm not smart enough to deal with that shit. But
I'm not either, because I also just have no faith that something like that would ever happen. There's no way they're just going to get rid of the IRS.
No, what they would do probably is create some other federal program, right? They would say, well, we're going to abolish the IRS, but now they have to create the Federal Sales Tax Commission,
which
right?
would effectively just be the IRS.
Which would just be the IRS, because you need someone to process that money, right? If every transaction is collecting 30% tax, like you need people to account for that, right? So it's the dumbest fucking thing ever, really, is what it comes down to. Like just leave it the way it is. It's fine. It's still it's not perfect, but it's who cares? Like it's dumb. The alternative is just stupidity, really.
Well, we're already at stupidity, so
Yeah. What's worse than stupidity?
Nothing in government will ever work correctly. It's just a matter of how stupid you want it to get.
Right.
You want like super retarded, or just keep it as retarded as it is now.
Yeah. Which is again why I think it should be as small as possible. As the least amount of government necessary is exactly how much we should have.
what do you think President Ben Franklin would do about this?
Yeah. Well, after he finished flying his kite and discovering electricity,
And freedom. Don't forget freedom.
yeah, and freedom, he'd probably tell everyone to fuck off.
Now, would he do that also after giving out the $100 bills that he also created?
Probably. I would imagine so, yeah.
And after awarding the SEC's championship to Georgia.
I mean, he was our greatest president, so
People forget that.
people do forget that. Well, you know what people probably aren't going to forget, because I bet you a lot of people didn't know. We actually just missed it about 15 minutes ago. So the how the sausage is made here. This is a Thursday night. We're recording on a Thursday for Monday's episode because I gotta travel next weekend, so we're getting ahead of it here. But on Thursday, January 26th at roughly 7:30 p.m. So right when we first hit the record button, actually, there was an asteroid about the size of a tractor trailer, I think, that came within 20,000 miles of hitting Earth. And it was a near miss. It was like the closest asteroid would have gotten to Earth like in the last few years or whatever. But yeah, I say it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that really is too bad.
It's like
I hate getting that news that another asteroid didn't hit Earth.
yeah, like what's the point?
Yeah, like why have asteroids if they're not going to wipe us out?
Yeah,
Doesn't
It's-
make any
it's
sense.
fucking stupid. They've been doing it for literally hundreds of millions of years, probably billions of years, actually, for
And, like,
billions of years.
And why track it if it's never going to hit us either?
Yeah,
Because I mean, if there's anything the Earth deserves, it's getting hit by an asteroid.
I mean, starting with me, please.
Does one asteroid wipe out the whole Earth?
Depends on the size.
Well, actually, no asteroid wipes out the whole Earth because none of them hit.
Well, yeah, it would have to hit.
We learned through Armageddon that a asteroid the size of Texas is a global killer.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think that's what we're aiming for.
Texas with the $sign.
Yeah. Yeah, there was an episode of Rogan recently with this guy Jimmy Corsetti, who is like he's into like ancient stuff, and he found his way into, now he's like the Atlantis guy. He has like legitimate evidence that we know where Atlantis was. It was in Africa, wherever. He goes into the whole thing. But they talk about the Younger Dryas event, which was like 1,000 years, a period of 1,000 years, where the Earth just got fucking pelted by asteroids and comets and shit. And it's effectively what ended the last ice age, right? So like the Earth was fucking frozen, and then we got hit with so many comets over 1,000 years that it just fucked everything up, and it heated up the Earth and all kinds of crazy shit. But Jones, were you going to say something?
Didn't there was another Joe on Rogan that we were talking about? Maybe
Yeah, Randall Carlson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yep. Yeah, you watched his thing, right? Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah, that was pretty good. Ancient Apocalypse. Yeah.
Great. Highly recommend.
So yeah, it's phenomenal. But so I think it depends, right? It depends on the size. And so that's what I was saying. So when Jimmy Corsetti was just on and they were talking about like, and then Rogan does his whole like, hits blunt thing, right? Where he's like, imagine we're just on a fucking ball floating through space, and this ball has been hit with hundreds, if not thousands, of fucking rocks that just come flying out of space at 40,000 miles an hour. And we sit here and we argue about what kind of bathroom people are supposed to use. And then like they're just talking, and they go, would you? And Rogan goes, would you want to survive? And the guy, Jimmy Corsetti, goes, the best place to be when the asteroid hits is right underneath it. And I thought that was fucking awesome. I really enjoyed that.
Might be the smartest guy I've ever heard from.
Yeah, which is true, right? Like, if there's going to be a massive fucking asteroid that's going to hit the Earth, like, you want to be at the spot that it's hitting. Like, you don't want to deal with any of the aftermath shit, right? Like, you don't want to do that.
You very much want to be the camp of it's not your problem.
Right. Yeah. Like, the worst case scenario would be like if a massive fucking asteroid like hit China, right? Like literally on the other side of the fucking world. Because then all of Asia and probably Europe would be fucked, right? And then we on the other side of the Earth have to deal with a fucking ice age. Like, because there would be so much like dust in the atmosphere that it would be essentially equivalent to a nuclear winter, right? We would just not have sun anymore. And it's like,
Massachusetts barely has sun right now.
I know. It's like, you don't want to deal with that bullshit. Like, if you were going to get hit, like, I want it to hit me. Like, I want it to directly hit me. Like, let's make sure we get this done in good measure, right? Like, I'm not doing any of this like, oh, now we're all going to have to fight our way for survival and somehow survive an ice age. And, it's back to the Stone Age for us. No.
I lack a certain level of grit in skills to survive in a Lord of the Flies situation.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you need to survive that, but I know I don't have it. So I'd rather just die in the fucking flames of the asteroid.
I have no skills and very little perseverance.
Yeah, and what skills I do have are not conducive to surviving in the fucking ice age. So
yeah, there won't be any sports anymore. So who the fuck am I going to train?
Yeah.
Pretty sure there's not going to be any charcoal, so I can't grill. So that's going to suck.
Yeah, I'll say ain't no golf.
Yeah, no electricity, so I can't cook anything either. So it's probably one of the better things I am.
You don't need electricity to cook. Stop.
I mean,
that's like one of the things you
want to cook over a fire. And it gives away your position, and everyone knows you're there.
So make another fire down the road.
A decoy fire.
Yeah, 2 fires.
Have one fire, then let them kill you. Then it's not your problem.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, asteroids, man.
Disappointment.
Could have been. I think they said it would have hit South America too.
Ooh, that's pretty close.
Yeah. But even still, like, that's still not good enough, right? Like, if a massive asteroid hits South America, like, I still don't think that's close enough to, like, really get the job done. Like, I think we're still going to have to suffer. Like, I want this shit to be pretty instant, right? Like, I want to just fucking melt.
You do understand that we're going to live a long, painful existence, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm going to be the first person to live to like 160 years old. And I'm going to have
post-asteroid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's going to be fucking awful. I'm going to be like 120 being like, can someone just please fucking kill me? And then they'll try and it'll actually make me stronger. I'll become a mutant, but I'll be stuck in a wheelchair and have to live to be 160 and be the most miserable fucking asshole in the world. More so than I am already.
Sounds pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
If we were lucky, which we're not, if the super volcano underneath Yellowstone were to erupt, which it's due
Yeah, that's true too.
any time now.
None of this is happening
Oh no, I
because we are destined to fucking suffer.
work with me. Fucking, we would for sure be dead in like a day.
Yeah. Are we even close enough to that though, or do we still have to suffer through that?
No. I mean, that thing's primed to blow, and that thing's gonna fuck some shit up.
Yeah, I know, but like even if it did blow, like I think it would blow, obviously like Montana, Wyoming, probably Nevada,
I mean,
I'll
Colorado.
The
Like-
Mountain
like-
West.
Yeah, the Mountain West. But like,
The dust is gonna be
well,
like,
yeah, we would. That's what I mean, though. We would be in like the suffering area. Like we're not in the instant death area.
oh no. Yeah, which I mean, whatever. I mean, I get to go.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it? It blows every like fucking 7,000 years, and it's been 7,500 years or something since the last time it's blown.
Yeah.
It's like we're 500 years overdue.
We're on pace.
Yeah. Whoever took the over.
Cash. The fucking cavemen are cashing the over.
So the other thing too, while we're on the topic of fucking, just the world ending, I saw the other day on Instagram that scientists have discovered that the Earth's core has started rotating in the opposite direction of the Earth.
What's the significance of that?
I'm not quite sure, but I did catch on that same episode of Rogan with Jimmy Corsetti. They talked about the possibility of the poles, like the magnetic poles, switching, and it's happened before. It's happened in the past, and I don't necessarily know like what that would entail, but I know it would fuck up a lot of shit because they talk about like compasses would flip, right? Because like the magnetic poles, like the magnetic north becomes south and vice versa. So if you're using a compass, all of a sudden north would be south, previous south. Again, I would imagine it's probably more devastating for like devices, like electronic devices, than like us as human beings. But I'm sure it's probably not great. And I just wonder if the Earth's core spinning in the opposite direction now has anything to do with that.
Would our toilets flush the other way?
Ooh, I don't know. That's an interesting one. We'd have to ask the people in Australia. We'd have to FaceTime someone from Australia at the same time and be like, "Hey, oi, mate, you flushing the other way?"
Well, we don't need someone from Australia because
Well, we'd have to corroborate because what if they both flush the same way? Like, what if
I only care about us. I don't care about Australia. Like our like, because what were they clockwise? Would they flush counterclockwise?
I don't know which way do
I
they
don't know.
flush.
I have no clue.
I don't know. Yeah, I have no
Oh.
idea.
This is telling me nothing cataclysmic is gonna happen.
Sure. I bet. Nothing to see here. Let's not cause a mass panic. Meanwhile, scientists are like, what the fuck? I mean, there's no way that's a inconsequential event.
Right. Yeah.
Like if the big fucking ball of iron, like molten iron that floats in the middle of the fucking planet starts spinning the opposite direction, I mean, there's got to be some downstream effects there.
I would
How
assume.
can we? So the real question is, how can politicians get in on this?
Well, you
Yeah.
know it's fault, right?
Well, it's probably Trump's or Elon Musk's, one or the other.
Yeah, that's because we didn't recycle. The
Wait,
Earth's core turned around because we didn't recycle. That's why. Because we used too much hairspray in the 80s.
Yeah, we.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fucking
Us who weren't alive.
yeah. Yeah, it's our fault, right? Just like inflation, it's our fault.
So this thing is also telling me there's going to be shorter days because.
Oh, good.
That's fun.
So you guys will have like 20 minutes of day instead of 30 minutes you have now.
How does that work? How does the core spinning affect the length of the day when the length of the day is determined by the sun?
The change in the rotation would shorten the length of a day by a fraction of a millisecond over 12 months. So
Hey, thanks for putting that in that article.
Yeah.
What a fucking dickhead. Someone actually like found that out and thought that that was relevant. A fraction of a millisecond over a year.
Which probably balances out because aren't the years technically getting longer anyway? Like, isn't technically by like a fraction of a millisecond, like the Earth is kind of slowing down as it's spinning, I think.
that sounds right. I think I've heard that before.
This is also a little outside my pay grade.
But I mean, like, talk about clickbait. Like,
Yeah.
the headline says Earth's core spinning in new direction may cause shorter days, and it's only by a fraction of a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is textbook clickbait. Sick. Yeah. Oh man, what are you going to do with your lost fraction of a millisecond?
I guess I just got to grab the other fractions of milliseconds right by the balls. Maximize my time.
Carpe diem, baby.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I have to color because I'm autistic or whatever.
Yeah, so I don't know. I have no idea what there is for it, but it's a thing. Oh, you know what's were you gonna say something?
Me?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask Jones how his pizza oven was. Is
Oh,
that your final
shit.
thought?
No, it's not, but it was
Perfect.
sick.
Tell me about your pizza oven. I'm sick of this shit about the world.
Yeah. Fuck the world.
I need a break.
It's a little guy. It's probably like a Lowe's like moving box height, maybe a little taller.
How do we fire that puppy? Propane?
So you can do wood, charcoal, or wood pellets. The initial one
Is it powered by electricity?
negative.
But you can use pellets.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know enough about pellets. But anyway, go on.
So I didn't use it. So was it Saturday? What was the Jags game? Saturday?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so we fired that up. I used charcoal. I didn't use enough charcoal, so it didn't get the dough hot enough, so I had to finish it on the grill. And so it doubles as a fire pit. So there's like the fire pit is like this, and like the actual pizza oven stone guy is above it.
Okay.
So you can use the top on the grill or on that, whatever you want to do. It didn't get hot enough, so it took forever. So I just finished the pizza on the grill. Eventually, once I like time it out, I got some like mesquite wood just to fuck around with. I'll probably do it this weekend. But yeah, I mean, it turned out really, really well. No complaints.
Yeah, the other pizza that you sent me, I think it was the pepperoni one. Was it Monday?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pizza stone that came with it. I just do that in the oven. Just, I've never had a pizza stone. I guess you have to heat those up before.
Yeah. When I had a pizza stone, I used to put it in cold and then get the oven to 500. But I pulled up a recipe to make dough the other day, and I think I think it was throw it in the stand mixer Then it was to put the pizza stone in the oven, turn it up, wait a half an hour for the shit to rise, then pull the dough out, and then make your dough like, or
Yeah.
stretch out your dough and then throw it in the pan, whatever. I mean, I was just making the dough and freezing it, but I was like, oh, I never let the pizza stone go that long.
Yeah, I didn't know you had to actually heat up the stone beforehand. So what happened was once the pizza was done, um, it just stuck to the stone. Like it was like caked on the stone. Like I had to fucking
Oh
like,
Oh,
yeah.
and it's a bitch to clean too.
fucking
Yeah.
ton. So I never knew that, but live and learn, right? But
Yeah. Well, that's how all this shit works.
yeah.
Cornmeal. If
So
you
they say not to like
sprinkle.
flour or anything. So for the oven, I used parchment paper,
Okay.
and then it just came right off.
Because I got a I don't have a stone, it's a pizza pan. So it's just like a fucking metal circle pizza pan, whatever. And I throw cornmeal, I sprinkle cornmeal on it, and then put the dough on top of it, and it pulls it right off.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I also
it
think
prevents it from sticking.
I also do think if the pizza stone is in there long enough, it'll it won't stick
Yeah,
if you
that's what.
preheat the stone.
Like, yeah, you have to get like super super hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the benefit of the stone also, that it cooks the bottom of the pizza like the way it's supposed to be. Because I think because sometimes like when I use my pizza pan, um depending on I fuck around with like the temperature of the oven and how long, because I pre-cook the dough a little bit and then put the stuff on it. So I've got a system down now, but before, the bottom of the pizza wouldn't cook through all the way. Like it would be like doughy and kind of like taste like raw dough a little bit. But I think that's the whole benefit to using an actual pizza stone, is that it cooks the bottom of it because it gets so hot. Because otherwise, like, you know what I mean? Like the heat wouldn't get to the bottom of the pizza. I don't know. I don't understand fucking thermodynamics.
No, I mean, I think that's precisely it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing more to see here.
Yeah. That's why you should have a pizza stone, not a pizza pan. Or if you
The
do
only
have
thing-
a pizza pan, you have to pre-cook the dough.
Yeah, I mean, I just throw pizza dough in a sheet pan and it's fine. Yeah, even when I had the pizza stone, like I would fire. I'd like, dude, I used to have like a peel, like a wooden peel. I'd fire that bitch up to fucking 500 or 550, whatever the oven allowed for.
Well, yeah, whatever the hottest you can get it to.
Yep. And I would put it in cold, let the pizza stone come up at 550. Probably once it was preheated, then I made the pizza. So I mean, that's only a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Then I would throw it in and it would cook in like fucking 6 minutes or something crazy.
That's what the things on the directions said, that once you get like the oven up to a like the temperature, like it doesn't take shit for it to cook.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
they talk about like, and I'm talking like real pizza oven. So
Like a
the
real
one
brick oven, wood fired.
90 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, that is fucking crazy.
Because it gets to be like, isn't it like 800 degrees or something? It's like
If not higher.
7 or 800 degrees in like a legitimate wood fired brick oven.
Yeah.
So you literally,
It's
yeah,
fucking
I mean,
crazy.
90 seconds. You just fire off
it.
pizzas.
It's like 90 seconds and you maybe give it like a spin at 45.
Yeah.
I want a pizza oven.
So I think I'm just gonna fill that bitch up with some wood this weekend and play a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you have like any wood around, I would just like, even if you don't feel like making the pizza, I would just see how hot you can get the fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm like. I'm at this point, like it's gonna be my second run, so I'm just gonna.
Plus, you can sit out there and drink by it because it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's probably what I'm gonna do. Like I got mesquite wood. I kind of want to see what the flavor is of the crust with the mesquite wood, because I don't know. Like, I don't. You're not gonna put like apple or like whatever in there, so I don't. It's just one of those plug and play things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never used mesquite for anything because I know it's very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it would be interesting
But if
though,
the food's
'cause
only in there for like 10 minutes or less, how
And
much smoke can it really pick up?
right. Yeah, I've talked to people before and they're like, "Oh, have you ever made a pizza on the Traeger?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't because like it would take too long to cook." You know what I mean? Like cuz I mean the I think the hottest the Traeger gets is 450, but that's like redlining, right? Like do I want to redline my fucking Traeger just to cook a pizza? And like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like some people say it's great, some people swear by it and it's like,
you
"Okay,
do actually
well,
on the Traeger.
yeah, I've never done it, but I know a lot of people have. And
I've had grilled pizza before.
yeah, I've made pizza on the grill before, but the grill gets to like, 600 degrees. It gets pretty fucking hot. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I would ever actually make a pizza on the Traeger because like, what are you
I don't
gonna do?
know,
You're gonna
dude.
cook it at 400 degrees for a half hour, like
Well,
20
you're
20
gonna need
minutes,
like 20 minutes to get it to brown,
right?
maybe 15. And then for the fucking cheese and shit to melt, it's another 15, 20.
Right.
At that point, you're almost
And for
smoking.
what? Never mind, your Traeger's fucking outdoors, so it's okay. Now you got to go outside,
Right.
get it on a pan, carry it in the house,
Right.
maybe open the door, probably fucking drop the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you use a pizza pan or a pizza stone, right, you're going to lose the ability to smoke it because you're blocking the airflow. You know what I mean? Like the only way the smoke would get to it is like over the top, because it obviously, like if you cook a pizza on the grill, you just throw the dough down on the grill, or you could do whatever, but the whole point of the grill isn't to like get the smoke flavor, but the Traeger would on a smoker, you would want potentially the smoke flavor.
And is the Traeger's only heat source offset?
Uh yeah, well, yeah, yeah.
So like when you go high heat, there's no heat source coming from underneath the grates, right?
There is. Yeah, that's actually where it's coming from.
Okay.
There's a heat shield. So there's like the little fucking it's the hopper that no, I don't think it's called a hopper, but there's like the little fucking thing where the pellets fall into where
Yeah.
they light it on fire. And then there's the heat shield that goes over it, and then there's the drip tray that goes over that. So like yes, it's right under the grates, but it's not like an open flame.
Oh, but the fire is still an offset, right?
The
Like,
fire is right underneath the grates.
oh, really?
Yeah. The pellets are held offset, but they fall
So
down the little thing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's how
Yeah.
it worked.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't have one.
Yeah.
that sounds exactly like my grill. Like like there's a hopper for like the charcoal and like whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yep.
And then the grill unit is like right here. And
Yeah.
like it just blows the heat and the fire through that little compartment guy.
Yeah.
Very similar.
So yeah, can it be done? Sure. Like I said, I know a few people that swear by it. They say it's great, but like I don't know, I wouldn't do it. Maybe I'm
Which
just a pizza snob, but whatever.
if
Call me a fucking pizza snob then.
when you grill your pizza, do you put it straight on the rack, like the
Yeah.
grates?
Yep.
Yep.
And
I've never.
generally, you'll throw it on for a couple minutes, flip it,
Flip
pull
it.
it off,
Yeah. And then
make your pizza, throw
Yeah.
it back on.
Yeah.
Might have to try that too.
I think on a regular grill, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
because that's the thing is it's got to get hot because if it's not hot, it'll fall through the grates a little bit or it'll
Yep.
stick to the grates.
Yep.
It's got to be fucking hot and you
Yeah.
got to fucking oil those things.
Yeah.
So you are risking a little bit of fire here too.
Yeah, but I mean,
Whatever.
it's fire. Just
don't know.
pay
I've never,
attention
I've
to it.
never, I've never seen. So the appeal of grilled pizza is like if someone else is gonna make it for me, fine, I'll eat it because it's pizza.
Exactly.
I have no desire to do it myself.
Yeah. Like I've done it a few times. It's not my preferred method, right?
The
Like
only
it's
way
just,
you're gonna catch me doing a pizza that's not in my regular oven is if I have access to a pizza oven. That's it. Done.
yeah, that's pretty fucking accurate, I would say.
Come down here and you have access to a pizza oven.
Yeah.
I know one day I'll have my outdoor kitchen.
Someday. I know one day I'll have a barbecue pit. And I'll have my fucking pizza oven, my flat top griddle, my Traeger, a grill. It'll be great.
That's what I want a griddle.
So do
Yeah.
I. Dude,
Yeah, I do
that's
too.
like oh fuck, man. I want one so bad.
And your house is set up so perfect for a griddle too.
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
all he has to do is fucking build it out and then save up to actually buy the implements.
yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
it seem like it's this big ordeal. Maybe someone should get to action.
Maybe I should. Maybe this
Fucking
spring.
this is so. You know what?
Once the ground stops being fucking baby dog shit, my whole fucking yard, because it's just been snow and rain and the fucking there's no firmness. It's like walking in fucking quicksand in my yard right now.
That's my mother was like, she's gonna get a new washer dryer. She goes, yeah, I'm just waiting for the ground to freeze. Like, oh, that's actually a pretty smart thing.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's gonna be kind of gross. I don't want them walking in the house like that. I go, it's actually fairly intelligent.
Yeah.
As opposed to our dumbasses when we moved into Mansfield, we did it in fucking mud season.
Oh yeah.
Did y'all get snow? My dad said he got hit by a branch because the trees like fell and it was all like icy and shit there. They got like 8 inches of snow back home.
Yeah, they probably got more snow than I did. It's all gone now. Like I probably got like 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches, maybe, on whatever day that was, Sunday, Monday. But it's literally all gone. No, it's literally everything is fucking just wet. Like the ground is just wet.
That's because it just precipitates every day.
Yeah. It's mud season. We're like rolling into mud season because it's like it hasn't been cold enough for the ground to freeze. So it's like we never really had like a frost season. Now, I mean, I say that now every day in February will be a high of 12, but you know, it hasn't really been that cold yet.
So one of the guys at the gym is running a race on the 5th of February. He goes, oh, the look ahead should be a high of 4 degrees. So
Awesome.
don't worry, that ground will be frozen in no time.
Yeah. That's like every time Pickett goes outside in the backyard, she's running, like chasing the ball, and she's literally ripping up the entire backyard, not even on purpose, just from running. Like everything is so wet. Like when she changes direction, her feet just like rip all the grass out of the ground. And it's like, well, that's going to be fun to deal with in the spring. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's everything's just wet. So you just gotta, it's not like I'm not gonna fucking throw the ball with the dog. It's all the dog wants to do. It's a dog, right? She's like, hey, you gonna throw that ball so I can go and chase it? So yeah,
Seasons.
Yeah, seasons, man. Fucking Christ. What were we just talking about? Oh, golf. Oh, actually, you can
We weren't
see.
talking about golf at all.
Well,
We
you and I-
we didn't say one thing about golf.
No, you and I were talking about golf earlier when we were
Oh.
texting.
Yeah.
Because I was
That
like, where did that
fucking
come
12
up?
That was like 12 hours ago.
Yeah, but you had said seasons. Aren't you so glad we have seasons? Because I got new clubs. You can see the bag. You can see my bag in the background. You can't see the clubs.
The bag's not new.
But no, the bag is not new, but I got all new clubs. I got a whole new bag except for a putter for this year. I got still my same putter. But I got a new to me driver. It's used, but it looks brand new still. I got a brand new hybrid, all brand new irons. And then I bought 2 brand new wedges from Sub 70. Shout out to Sub 70. And then when I went to pick up my irons today at Joe and Lee's, I left I checked out. I did the whole like the box thing, and I was like, "Hey, can I just leave this up here and go take a look in the back?" They're like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." So I look at the wedges in the back, and I found a 60-degree Vokey SM8 that's like basically new for $80. So I bought it. I took it up front afterwards, and I checked out with that after I had bought my new clubs. And the kid up front goes, "Wow, that's a find, huh?" He goes, the thing's like brand new. And then he looks at it and he goes, "Actually, I think this is my old club." He goes, "I think I traded this in so I could get the SM9." And I was like, "Well, thank you. I appreciate it." And he goes, "Yeah, enjoy it." So now I have a 60-degree wedge.
That's good. That'll give you lots of frustration because that's how golf is anyway.
Yeah, it sucks.
I went to Top Golf the other day just to fuck around with my clubs. And I actually found out how to use my driver. I've only been trying to figure that out for 2.5 years.
We'll see. Yeah, I have a lesson on March 5th. So it's that was the soonest date we could get. He's booked out that far. Classic Gary. Bob's coach.
That's because your availability is like that of a fucking working person.
Well, yeah, that's true too. But my goal for this year is I'm gonna say my goal is to get to a 10 handicap. I don't know if it's feasible this year alone, but I think I could get pretty fucking close. If I end the year at like a 12 or a 13, I'll be satisfied. But I want to get to a 10. That's where I want to be. So we'll see.
I had goals. I thought, oh, you know what I'm going to try to do? Well, actually, when I told everyone don't plan anything for August, I go, nothing. Don't plan anything. Guys' weekend, we can do it in July or September. Pick one. Don't give a fuck. Nothing in August. No one can go on vacation. No one can take any time. I'm playing golf. And then Chris went ahead and fucking booked a week like an asshole. So because I wanted to do club championship this year. I couldn't do it last year.
Oh, yeah.
And then come to find out that we have a new member who I do know, and he is fucking nasty. Our club championship's already been decided. So whether I make it or not, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's just going to win.
And everyone's like, oh, well, it's match play. I go, yeah, well, this kid's fucking good. The people that at our course are not good.
Yeah.
He is.
Is he a plus handicap?
Yeah. He made it to the final 8 of the Rhode Island AM last year.
No big deal.
And between him and Degenerate Steve, they basically won all the Tour Greater Boston events. But not a Cokes it.
You're looking at that guy.
Best course in Massachusetts.
Yeah. You got to defend your title this year.
Well, if I can. This is what this is what it comes down to, though. Like, people will tell me, oh, you got to defend your title. It's like, oh, you got to make a run for the season-long thing. I go, my fucking schedule does not allow me to.
Yeah.
Or it's like, they go, oh, where are you at in points on that thing? I go, fucking miles down the board. They go, oh, yeah. I go, yeah, because I've only played 6 events and I played like shit in all 6. So, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Do we have any front runners for guys' weekend? Like locations?
I mean, if it's going to be guys' weekend, I assume we'll just go back to the Cape.
Yeah. I mean, we've done probably, I don't know how many years we've done it, but I would imagine roughly 6 out of 8 years we're on the Cape.
We did New Hampshire once, and you were bachelor party another time. Those are the only times we veered from.
Well, the
it
very
since
first one was
2017.
in Weirs Beach. Weirs Beach? I don't know how the fuck you say it.
I think it's
In
Mike
New
Weir.
Hampshire.
Mike Weir owns it.
Yeah. So we did Weirs Beach like way, way back. We might have, I mean, I might have still been in college at least at that point, but I think that was the first one.
If we're doing the Cape, should we get like tractor devices, like GPS devices for Vinny and Finn?
Now we need walkie-talkies. We need long range walkie-talkies, like 5 mile range walkie-talkies. And then we tell them like, you're not allowed to go more than 5 miles away for any reason. It doesn't, I don't care.
Why don't we just get handcuffs and starting at 3 a.m, we just handcuff them to their bed?
That's probably the take. That's probably the.
Yeah, that's probably
like they can like we'll leave each of them with like a cooler, or God forbid, put them in the same room. Like you don't have to stop, you just can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Just give them like gallon buckets so they can piss.
Yeah, because you can't handcuff them in the bathroom because then other people are going to have to use the bathroom.
Right.
You know, so just fuck it, handcuff them outside. You know what though? There's nothing to handcuff them to outside that like they wouldn't.
Because they can break a railing.
Yeah, or like imagine you handcuff them to like a patio chair, and then at like
they would take the chair with them.
7 in the morning, you would just see Finn walking down the street dragging a fucking patio chair behind him with his hand handcuffed to the chair,
or like a table or something. He's looking for a fucking map.
Yeah. I haven't found the map. I got my lighter though. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, I would imagine probably at some point. I think we usually start the discussions around April.
Yeah, I think we usually discuss, probably don't actually get anywhere, and then usually just get shit faced over Memorial Day and book it.
Yeah, that's typically
so at
how
Jones's reception, we'll be booking it.
Yeah. That's, you know what? That's I guarantee you 100% that's how it's gonna go. We're gonna be at Jones's reception and we're gonna book it.
Because didn't we do that last time at the Cape? Is that we decided on like the guys' weekend while we were shit faced in the kitchen?
I think so.
Probably.
It was like the first time we got fucking hammered. Like, all right, let's talk next year. And then we're like, oh yeah, we settled on like, I don't even fucking remember. We're like, yeah, this is a good plan. And then we just didn't do it.
Oh yeah, see that's what happens though. We always have these.
Was that the COVID year when we went to New Hampshire, like the middle of nowhere in New Hampshire?
No, that was my first guys' weekend.
Okay.
The one I was talking about was we were at the Cape. It was the night that Finn and Vinny left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where'd we stay? Was that Harwich?
Yeah, Harwich.
Yeah, I think so.
And we were talking for like 45 minutes, and then we settled on a place, and then we just didn't do it.
Yeah. It was probably like one of my great ideas.
Yeah.
I got this great idea. We should definitely do this. And it's completely unrealistic, and we're not going to do it. I was probably like, yeah, I probably told you, let's go to Turning Stone in New York or something.
I mean,
we'll play golf and we'll gamble. It'll be great.
Yeah. So, I mean,
who knows?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Although Jaimo's, isn't this kid coming in July?
I have no idea when his kid's being born.
I don't know. I mean,
March? No, that's not enough time.
He's been known to bail on guys' weekend anyway, but we don't need to get into that.
Yeah, I think maybe June. Who the fuck
June,
knows?
maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I forget. So, you want to start wrapping this up?
We can wrap this up.
All right.
So Scott Rolen gets in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fuck. You cunt.
Well, you can add to it because the angle I'm taking with it is just so happen to jog my memory to make sure that I got my Scott Rolen cards for sale on eBay.
Nice.
And just as I predicted, let's give this one a look. Yeah, there's like no action on this fucking things. So there you go, Scott Rolen. Waste of time.
Yeah, absolute fucking waste of time. Jones, your final thought?
Yeah. So
Also Scott Rolen?
Scott Rolen.
Yeah.
Fuck you. So I'm just gonna name you some players that were on the ballot. Tell me if they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. A lot of these are also first time ballot. So whatever. Bronson Arroyo,
No.
Andy Pettitte,
Yes.
Maybe.
Omar Vizquel,
No.
Probably not, but I'd have to look to confirm.
Manny Ramirez,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Alex Rodriguez,
Absolutely.
John Lackey,
No.
No. Texas tough guy?
Jason Worth,
No.
Oh my God, no.
I forgot he
Jason
even
Worth.
existed.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
center fielder for the Phillies, like forever.
Andre Ethier,
No, he blows too. Didn't he play for the Expos at one point?
he
Was
was
he
a
like a Dodgers utility man?
Dodger for a billion years,
Yeah, no.
and K-Rod.
No.
I'd have to look at it, but probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Then Todd Helton.
See, he's Scott Rolen to me.
Yeah.
Because I already know what people are saying. It's like, oh, he was a dominant first baseman in his time. Like, so underwhelming.
Yeah.
Like, so underwhelming. Actually, I think Scott Rolen's a significantly better baseball player than Todd Helton.
I would say. And I mean, everyone always goes after Todd Helton because he played basically half of his career was was at altitude.
The majority of his career was with Colorado.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean like
half the games.
half of the games
Oh,
that he
yeah.
played were in Colorado at altitude.
He only has like, call it 45 more home runs career wise than Scott Rolen.
Yeah. I think Todd Helton was overrated. He was an overrated player. It doesn't mean that he sucks, but like people gave him way more credit than he deserved.
So we're all in agreement that Manny and A-Rod should be the only ones in the Hall of Fame from this.
They're the only two that I can sit here and say right now, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to look at Vizquel because I know Vizquel was good, but I just don't know if he was just the starting shortstop for a long time.
Yeah, he played for like 20 years or something.
K-Rod was extremely good, but I think for a short period of time, so I don't think he actually extended it long enough.
Yeah.
Who was the other guy that I was a maybe on? I don't even. Oh, Pettitte. I'd have to look up Pettitte.
I could give you Pettitte on playoffs because he was nails in the playoffs.
Right. So Pettitte is like a Kurt Schilling. Yeah. Right? Like they both played for a while. They won titles. They were above average in the regular season, and they were fucking nails in the playoffs. So,
yeah,
and
but
neither of them were ever the number one starter either.
No.
Right? Pettitte was always behind Clemens. And then even after that, you could make the argument. I think he overlapped with Sabathia. I think Sabathia was the number one.
A year or two, yeah, because they had like El Duque, Contreras,
and same thing with Schilling. Schilling was behind Randy Johnson, and then he was behind Josh Beckett on the Red Sox.
Yep. But I mean, like, so this is Manny's 7th ballot, and he didn't even get. I guess you need 292 votes for election. He only got 129. And I guarantee it's all about steroids, which is fucking stupid.
That's exactly what it's about.
Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Clemens should be in the Hall of Fame.
100%.
Hall of Fame. A-Rod should be in the Hall of Fame. Don't come at me with Mike Napoli was. This is his first ballot. Mike Napoli was on the ballot.
That's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Well, I think
All right.
everyone is allowed the first time.
That
on
is
the
true because
ballot.
like Dan Harron and there were
So
some
what
fucking
in order
nobodies.
to remain on the ballot, I think you need at least like 30% of the vote or something, or 20% or something like that. So like all you need to be on the ballot, I think, is retired for 5 years. So I think after, like, once you're retired for 5 years, they put you on, and then if you get 20% of the vote, you get to be on next year's ballot too.
You should see like the list of the first ballots because these are absolute trash. Houston Street, Bronson Arroyo, Mike Napoli, John Lackey, R.A. Dickey.
I think
Johnny
it's more impressive that Bronson Arroyo just retired 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Wasn't he on the 04 team?
He was.
He hit A-Rod.
The fuck? He just retired. He was on the 04 team and he retired in 2018.
Something like that, yeah.
That's fucking nuts. He played forever. And he put out a dog shit fucking album too.
Like,
remember that?
Yeah.
He covered all like the fucking classic AEIOU 90s songs.
But like, this is like the Baseball Hall of Fame is an absolute joke. 1000% joke.
Oh yeah, every year it gets worse and worse, right? Like every year, the MLB Hall of Fame gets shittier, right? And it gets less important because the best guys aren't there. The best guys aren't, like, it doesn't make any sense, right? Like, the best guys are not in it. So what the fuck does it matter? Like, who was the douchebag that got in what was it, 2017?
Harold Baines.
Harold Baines. I don't even fucking know his name. Like, he's in the Hall of Fame, but Roger Clemens isn't. You know, like, it's fuck off. Like, it's, if you're not going to put the best players in the Hall of Fame, then your Hall of Fame is full of shit. It's not a Hall of Fame.
Pete Rose should be in too.
Pete Rose 1000% should be in.
Yeah.
He's the fucking all-time hits leader. He's got like over 4,000. Isn't it like 4,400 and like something hits in his career? And then like the next closest guy is like 3,000 something. Like, I don't think anyone else has gotten to 4,000 hits. I mean, that could be a Vinny fact. I might have just made that up.
I don't know. I thought the same thing too, but again, that could be made up as well.
What would I search? All time
hits leader.
I got you.
All right, what do we got?
Pete Rose, 5246.
Oh shit, he's over 5,000 hits.
He's probably the only guy that's got 5.
Yeah.
No, 5246, so 4,256 hits.
Oh, 4256.
42. I thought you said 52 as well.
Yeah.
42, 4256. Got it.
Ty Cobb, 4191. Hank Aaron had Hank Aaron's 3. He had 3771.
Yeah. So only 2 guys have crossed 4,000 hits. And one of them was Ty Cobb, who played in fucking 19 Dickety 2. And then Pete Rose.
Pete Rose should be in.
Yeah, Pete Rose 1,000% should be in. Yeah, that's insane. There's like, what, 75 hits between Pete Rose to Ty Cobb, and then third place Hank Aaron is like fucking 450 hits behind that.
He should be in.
Yeah. Oh, Derek Jeter is surprisingly up there. 3,465.
Pujols is too.
That's what happens when you play for 35 years.
Well, all these guys did. Like, that's why, like, I looked up Pettit's numbers. They're pretty good.
But I mean, he was on the 96 team, wasn't he?
Pettit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
he played until he was 40.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Yeah, he was literally.
I think he was rookie of the year.
Yeah. So he was probably in the league for almost 25 years.
No, 13. What is that? 17?
Yeah, so close to 20
17
years.
years. I think he missed 2 seasons, like
6
completely.
to 20.
Yeah. That's a long fucking time.
Yeah. He was also
It's a long-
6'5", 230.
That's, I feel like,
He
yeah,
was a
he's a
he was
big
a
dude.
moose.
Speaking of moose, some of those Yankees fucking rosters had Clemens, Pettit, and Mike Mussina.
Yeah.
Like that was their top three. Holy fucking shit. I think that was the team that lost to Florida, though, wasn't it? The Marlins
They lost.
in 01.
They lost to the Diamondbacks. No, they lost to the Marlins in '97.
Yep, they did. Levon
Yeah.
Hernandez.
Yep. Josh
That
Beckett.
team was good. No, Beckett was 03.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
97 was a weird team because it was like,
It was an
I think
expansion team, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was their expansion year or not, but it was like Gary Sheffield was on the team.
Yeah.
There were a lot of guys that were on that team and then were not on that team after.
Yeah. So who did they beat in 03?
The Yankees lost in 03.
Yeah, to
So they
Josh
beat the
Marlins.
Yankees both times.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I was originally thinking of the 03 team when I said Clemens, Pettit, and Mussina that lost to, to the Marlins.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, I wasn't
Mike
talking
Mussino,
about.
Yeah, Mike Mussino wasn't there in 97.
No, if he was in the league, he was still in Baltimore. But yeah, when I said those three losing to the Marlins, I was thinking of 03.
Yeah, fuck baseball. Fuck their.
All right. So my final thought, pretty quick one. So last weekend, Amy and I went up to just see my mom for the day, and we're hanging out. And at one point, we're just shooting the shit, and she turns and goes, "Oh, I got an air fryer." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And she's like, "Oh, have you ever used one?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have one, whatever." She's like, "I don't know how to use it. Like, what am I going to use it for?" And she goes, "Oh, you know what? I bet I can reheat French fries." And I go, "Yep,
you sure can.
You can reheat French fries."
God damn.
So Jones, I don't know if you've listened to any episodes, but like, what is that? Maybe 3 or 4 episodes ago now.
Could be even further.
Could be even further. Yeah, we were joking around about. Was it your mom? Your mom got an air fryer?
So we got one here,
yeah,
but my
you got
mother,
the air fryer.
My mother's a big like, oh, I can reheat French fries. It's like, what?
Yeah. It was literally one of those situations where like she said it and I was like, I gotta write this down because this is gonna be my final thought.
It's just like, of all things, like why the fuck would it be French fries? Who the fuck is still taking French fries like home with them?
Yeah, like I've never heard of someone having leftover fries. Like
it's people like my parents' age.
Yeah.
They're the only ones.
Yeah.
That's psychotic.
So even Michaela got a burger the other day. She got fries with it. I actually looked over. I go, I don't know if she's gonna finish. I wonder if she's gonna save those, put them in the air fryer. And then she just threw them out like normal. She didn't want them.
Yeah.
And then either later that day or the next day, she goes, oh, could have heated up those French fries in the air fryer.
Yeah. Yep, the good old air fryer. So
hey, so really quick, that 97 Marlins team, Charles Johnson was the catcher.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Jeff Conine, Luis Castillo, Edgar Renteria, Bobby Bonilla, Moises Alou. I don't know who Devin White is.
He was a Dodger for a million years.
And then Gary Sheffield.
Wow.
On the
Was
bench,
Was
Wasn't
Cliff a team?
Cliff Floyd.
Yeah.
So on the bench, you had, for these are just names, Craig Counsell, Greg Zahn, Cliff Floyd, Mark Kotze.
Wow.
That's the bench. Plus a bunch of other fucking nobodies. And then the pitchers, Kevin Brown, Al Leiter, Pat Rapp, Levon Hernandez, Rick Helling, Felix Heredia, Antonio Alfonseca, Rob Nen, and
Rob Nen's in the Hall of Fame, I think. He was a San Francisco Giant forever, wasn't he? He was the closer for the Giants.
Like top 3 in saves, I believe.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's kind of a sneaky loaded team.
Yeah, that team is fucking
stacked.
nasty. Was Jeff Conine the guy that had the fucking yips?
No, you're thinking of Chuck Knobloch.
Chuck Knobloch, that's who it was. Yeah. I was he couldn't fucking throw the ball to first base. He just kept throwing it in the fucking stands from second. Wasn't he a second baseman too?
Yeah, he was.
It was.
He couldn't throw the ball from second base.
And Counsell the stupid fucking batting stance with
Yeah.
no gloves.
Oh yeah.
He's on that Diamondbacks team.
Yeah. That Diamondbacks team was pretty good too. It had Luis Gonzalez.
Matt Manti.
Yeah, there was another guy in the outfield because it was Gonzalez and someone else. They had 2 really good outfielders. Because Gonzalez played what, right field? I feel like whoever was in left field was nasty too.
I think he was left field.
Maybe I have it backwards. Shea was not Shea Hillenbrand.
Steve
Mark
Finley.
Gray,
Finley,
Damon.
yeah, Finley was the other guy.
Catcher was Damon Miller. First base, Mark Grace.
They
Second
had a
base,
nasty third baseman, didn't they, on that team?
Matt
Matt
Williams.
Williams.
Oh my gosh. Lyle Overbay, Steve. Oh, Steve. We think. Oh, Reggie Sanders in right field. Steve Finley was center field. I think that's who you're thinking of.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, then on the bench, Counsell, DeLucci, Bautista, Junior Spivey, Rod Barajas,
I remember that guy.
Mike DeFelice before he started coaching.
Yeah, before he was the head football coach, remember that?
Lyle Overbay.
Overbay was on that 97 Marlins team. How many rings does Overbay
No, not
have?
Overbay. Not Overbay.
Oh,
he wasn't.
Oh. So I say, how many rings does Overbay have from doing nothing?
Craig Counsell's got 2.
Yeah.
I forget. That's when the Diamondbacks had BK Kim.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was like the first time anyone ever threw submarine, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was way before Chad Bradford.
Yeah.
This is sick that I know all of these people.
Well, that's what
I mean, this was
used
like
to
prime
watch.
time. Yeah, this was like prime time when you're a baseball fan for us. Like we were, between
I was 11.
9? I was gonna say between 9 and 13. Like those years, like that's when you love baseball, and that was the time. I think we got lucky as far as baseball goes. Like we were young and like baseball fans at the right time. Like we got the best. We got the best of baseball.
For sure.
Which is funny because now, like that we're older, we just bailed on baseball. And like I say we, not just the 3 of us, like we even as a generation, like they did not hold on to our generation at all.
Yeah, that's because for a guy that watches golf religiously, I can't fucking be bothered to watch baseball.
Yeah.
Like Yankees Red Sox was appointment television. Now it's just like
Yes.
Yeah.
It was.
It was. Well, it's fucking stupid now. It's soft. The games take 6 fucking hours. And there's no like, like you used to, like you said, it was appointment TV because you knew that fucking Veritek and A-Rod hated each other and there was a chance they were going to throw
Yeah,
fucking
Pedro was gonna throw at
fisticuffs.
someone.
Yeah, like you knew like it was going to be good, and both teams were really good. And I don't think both of those teams have been good in the same year in fucking a decade.
No, have we even met in the playoffs since like 04?
Yeah, 18 they played each other in the wild card, and then we just fucking blew their doors out.
But it was like every year it felt like from 03 to 15, like we were playing in the playoffs.
Yeah. Like every pitch was life and death. From like I remember from 01 to 04, every pitch was fucking like you're on your seat. Like, is Pedro gonna fucking shut the door?
Yeah. So I don't know. Fuck them. Fuck baseball. They ruined their sport. Hockey is better. Hockey is way better. I just can't watch hockey because I don't have fucking Nesson. So that's pretty sick. So on that note, that's going to do it for us. So thank you for watching, listening, wherever you're at. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Tell everybody you know about the show. You can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_Speaks. Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. Our website, sarcasmspeaks.com. Go to the merch store, buy some merch. You get a coaster just like that. Right there. You get anything you want with our logo on it. So go check it out. Thank you to mybookie.com. Use the promo code SarcasmPod when you sign up to double your first deposit up to $1,000. You can use that same promo code SarcasmPod at grillyourassoff.com to, I almost said double your deposit again. You're not gonna deposit anything at grillyourassoff.com. You're gonna buy the greatest fucking grilling shit in the world, but you're gonna get 15% off when you use that promo code SarcasmPod. Every single time you check out too. Not a one-time deal. It's an every time deal. So until next time.